right, so this is video one, and I'll cover some things in this video, the whole video, that I won't go into further detail about. I really like the picture that you've chosen. I think it works really nicely to kind of set the tone for the magazine, and that the name of it matches the concept. I will say it is challenging though. Conceptually, I really like it. However, it creates some problems for you with readability, which I can see that you also understand because you've added a lot of drop shadows to try to help with this. And I will say right now it is not, it's not working very well. So if you can find another picture that does this great job with the conceptual connection, I think it would improve your overall design, because if you found a picture that had a more simple background and more white space in it, you'd be able to work around that to really highlight your cover line. So right now I'd say, like, if you were to keep this picture, we need to drop the extra drop shadows. We need to work on readability. You have a lot more on here than is required, and that might be causing some problems for you. So I would strip it down to like the least requirement and then try to work inside the space that you have. You could also potentially edit the image to kind of create some more space, simplify the background, etc., to create more space for text. But I would drop off your large circle here and some different things to help with that. You do not have, and this is for you and everyone, you do not need to have the UPC code on there. If you want to, it doesn't. It can be smaller, and I guess it could be vertical. That's kind of unusual, but I could see how wanting the picture to be able to show the content is also very valuable. So I would say also, just like, there's a lot of different colors going on. There's a lot of colors in the picture, and then we have 1, 2, 3 different colors, 4 different colors of text. It's easier for me to read the white than it is for me to read the yellow. So visual hierarchy wise, there's some confusion there. I think overall, like, it's got some great parts, but I think you could really improve it. One of the last thing I'll say is that you want this home cooked. It's a little tough to read the way that it's positioned, so giving some more space between. And then this is a very traditional old style typeface, but it's not used anywhere else on here, so that's also a little bit perplexing as is. Okay, what a great, fun picture. It leaves you lots of space for cover lines, which I think is great. It might help to edit the background so that you don't have as much variation in the sky, because right now you're losing some readability. Or you could just choose to do, to simplify the text and the numbers. Like this dark blue is hard to read on the blue background. And then otherwise, visual hierarchy wise, these are all kind of the same size, your different cover lines. So it could help to either move these ones down. I think you could potentially make it all smaller to help with that. And then this seems to be really nice and tiny because it's not most important. And it could even be in a different typeface or move down here closer to the UPC code. So the other thing I'll say is right now the numbers don't really look integrated with the text. You could choose a different typeface that would have a little bit more character to kind of make these look like a package, but they just look a little bit disconnected at the moment. Okay, I really like this picture in general. I just love the mountains, so I'm responding there. With something like the name, I don't think you need to have magazine in the space for that logo, that masthead. It's kind of implied that it's a magazine, so you could put it smaller underneath and then make this horizon a lot bigger, and that would improve the overall design. This, I'm not sure if this is a cover line or if it's supposed to be part of the masthead. It's a little bit confusing as is, so I would change the treatment of it, move it down from here if that is what you're trying to do, is make it a cover line. It looks like there might be stroke around your text, which is on the do not do list, so make sure that you remove that. And then I would say just right now these are really big. Like if you were to print this off, I think your cover lines are much larger than they need to be. All right, what a lovely horse. The first thing I'll say is this is going to apply to other designs as well. If you have eyes on your cover, and like a face, it needs to be looking into your content. So in this case, you need to flip this picture horizontally, the picture of the horse, so that it's looking kind of into your content. I do see some things happening with the text right here that are on the do not do list. So we don't want to add outlines to text, which I see on almost all of this text. And then I don't think this circle is really working for you. It's kind of distracting from the picture of the horse. So I would work with removing that. If you feel like you want to have or need to have this cover line, finding a different way to format this. I'm also not sure if this is one cover line that's just 3 lines long or if it's 3 different cover lines. If it is, well, first of all, we have some legibility issues with this brown on brown. If it is 3 different cover lines, it might be good to kind of look at maybe even some of the previous examples and look at stacking parts of them and spreading them out a little bit. So it's like, keep your horse hydrated this summer, and then maybe you have two amounts of space, and then you have the next one. So just a few things that will continue to improve your submission there. And then a note based on the earlier in the examples about the UPC code and what is necessary there.